Hey guys, welcome back. Today, it's part 2 wiring the hot rod truck. Yeah, I put this in here. We're gonna have to manipulate the tunnel a little bit as well. We got Brian here.
What's going on, guys?
You ready?
Yeah, you know, some modifications may be required.
Yeah, some modifications may be required, is correct. But yeah, so we're gonna work on getting the front harness ran. This should be pretty simple, and then we'll keep going. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. So, kind of like I said last video, wiring is just kind of one of those things that I'm sure you guys don't want to just sit there and see us moving our hands really, really fast. So we're just gonna keep doing these kind of update tidbits. So we got the front wire harness attached. If you look right here, so it starts off right here, and it's gonna come through the trans tunnel, and then it comes down right here, following the body. I'm probably gonna take one of those soft clips, kind of like how it holds the brake line and some of my fuel lines, and I'm just gonna attach it to the firewall to keep it, make sure it stays off the exhaust, because I really don't want to melt these. And then it just attaches to your zip tie to your brake line. Actually follows the brake line through, and then these two connectors are for the horn. So the horn gets mounted right around here under this crossbar, and then it follows these, and the driver's side wires come up and come out right around there. So right here, so just behind the radiator, we zip tie there, and then the passenger side is the same thing on the other side right there. So yeah, that's the way we're gonna route these. I've already got it. I was planning on just roughing in these wires, but man, they fit so smoothly and so like perfectly. I was like, well, might as well final zip tie them in, because perfect. But yeah, the front wiring harness is pretty easy. I showed you guys the back already, so now what's next is we're going to be working on, say, the tunnel. Yeah, we're going to figure out the tunnel, because I need to be able to get a throttle pedal in. And the way it's looking right now, if you look, I'm trying to put my foot on the gas, like there's a lot of trans tunnel interference of my throttle pedal, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna be hacking this up to pieces just to figure out how to get it going. So yes, stay tuned. I'll give you guys the next update, and maybe do a little bit of filming of us cutting this, because that's easy to film. All right, but yeah, stay tuned for the next update. Hey guys, we're back again. So Brian, you want to tell the people what we hacked up on my car?
Well, we had to make a few minor modifications to the tunnel, which it says in the book you're going to have to fit things around to make sure you have leg room. So we had to cut a big hole there that we're going to have to fill in with something else. We're still going to cut some more stuff for that hole, so his foot can actually press the pedal down. We have some more modifications due to get the shifter linkage.
Yeah, this
to not rub. We're just going to cut a big square out of that, and that should be fine.
Yeah, it still interferes a little bit.
We have a little bit more grinding left on that side just to clear the transmission housing, and then we should be able to button, for the most part, all this up. And most of this will get covered up by the top cover for the tunnel anyway, and then it's going to be carpeted, and there'll be a shifter boot for his shifter, so it'll all look pretty in the end.
Yeah, and then we also we figured out my throttle cable a little bit. So right here, well, let's get some actual light. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Pull it all the way, Brian. Wah! That's what she's gonna sound like. Yeah, so that we got the throttle cable kind of situated on where we need to go. We just need to mount the throttle cable, the gas pedal inside the truck. And that's a big one, because The wiring, we've got it wired to the point to where we could, let me get into some light, sorry. We've got it wired to the point to where we could Jimmy rig start it right about now. Like we've got the main harness run. Like what I showed on the previous update, the front is really, really easy. And the rear harness is really easy. Like this stuff is simple. So yeah, right now we're just get the throttle cable mounted. Oh yeah.
The hard part's going to be is taking all this wire and making it fit into this little space.
Yeah. And have vent ducts in there too.
And have vent ducts in there.
And a defroster.
And a defroster. So
yeah.
There'll be some more things tucked away in places, and that's the other thing. You gotta figure out how much of this wire is extra that we can maneuver around. But yeah, we could run some battery cables and bring this thing to life.
Yeah. If you don't need AC, please, for the love of God, just don't do it. don't do it. Brian approves this message. Yeah, me and my annoyance of when I build a vehicle, I need to be able to drive it like all of the time, no matter what type of vehicle it is. It's a fatal flaw of mine. Every vehicle must be daily drivable. I even drove my 700 horsepower Corvette in the wintertime. It is what it is. But yeah, so we're gonna keep kind of working through, see what's next, and catch you guys on the next update. Stay tuned. Hey guys, day 2, working on my hot rod truck. Got Brian back here again. So yesterday we left off with finishing the throttle pedal, getting this nice and good, and getting the throttle pedal kind of adjusted. Now we just need to punch the holes through, mount this, and run the cable to the cab, and then I'll actually have a gas pedal. Nice. And now we also need to finish modifying the trans tunnel. We had to stop last night because it was getting pretty late, and I don't think my neighbors would appreciate the air compressor going off continuously while I'm cutting. So yeah, I already bought some fiberglass too, so we're gonna have we're gonna fix these holes in a way that makes more sense for this application. Anything else to add, Brian?
Valve covers.
Oh yes, so we need to talk. So I really, really love these valve covers. These LSX beautiful valve covers. There's a problem though. So the coil relocation, as you see, this engine area is mighty busy even without these wires. Like there's no real easy place to put all 8 coils, so I had to get valve covers where the coils mount to the valve covers. We do what we have to do. Maybe some elegant solution may present itself at some point in time, and then we can run these. But thinking for the time being, it's smarter to just go with the coils on the valve covers because of just packaging. And this is the non-busy side. When we go on this side, we've got heater hoses, AC hoses. I mean, yes, that's my own fault for wanting heat and AC in this car, but you know, I like to be comfortable. But yes, so there's coolant reservoir. Like, there's a lot of stuff all in this area where it really hinders the ability for us to have remote mounted coils. So for the people that were invested into the LSX valve covers like myself, I'm sorry, but at least I got the cleaner ones. These are also Hollies, but they are literally just black, and you just mount the coil, not that ugly coil bracket. So we're gonna swap these over as well. So yeah, breaks my heart too. All right, stay tuned and we're gonna get back to work. All right, welcome back, guys. So this took way longer than expected, but got the valve covers switched over. So looking good. And yes, before you say something, I'm gonna get something to wrap this in black because I thought it'd be cool if it was gonna go out here, match the body. Yeah, right here it just looks not good. Does not look good. But yeah, so things of note. These valve covers don't come with hardware screws at all, or the seals. So luckily I had a new valve cover gasket, and I tried to use the seals out of the other valve covers, but these are like factory height, and the LSX ones were tall ones. So we had to pull them out of my factory valve covers, which are a little bit worse for wear. So because of that, we pulled the seals, inspected them, and decided that it needed to get replaced. So I had to go run to AutoZone, go pick up new seals and get it done. But yeah, Brian.
It's Sparky to the engine.
Yes, Sparky to the engine. I think that's the best part. All right, so stay tuned. We're gonna keep moving. What we gotta work on? The tunnel, and get Brian to pull this off so we can get the coolers mounted as well. Yeah, Brian's nemesis.
Well, that when we found the right screws to hold the grill on, so had to come off anyway.
Yep. Fun times. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, guys. So kind of what we did with the trans tunnel. I think you see we cut the holes out a little bit, cleared for the shifter. We're still gonna have to do some adjusting. It just barely nicks right there, but looks good. So, Brian, what are your feelings and thoughts? Where are we at?
We're almost there. Like I said, all we need to do is throw some fluid in there and jump the starter. I think we're ready to go.
No, Brian. What has to get done first?
Gary's got to order the supercharger.
Hold, please. Bad Brian. Bad Brian. What do we actually have to do, Brian?
Oh, we got to finish connecting all these wires.
Yeah.
And tie them up in some neat, orderly fashion there. We got to make a notch out so we can actually mount the gas pedal.
Yeah.
And once that's all done, we got to rip apart the grill again and mount the oil cooler and the transmission cooler. Slap that all back together, tidy up my hoses that he just ordered me. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it.
And kind of the reason why we're doing this, I mean, trust me, the first start is so tempting right now. Like, we're at a point where I can just toss some fluids in there and just take a wrench to the starter solenoid and go and bump it. Now, I can do that. But the problem is, I know if I start it, I'm going to want to drive it. In order to drive it, I'm going to have to put coolant in it. And knowing that we have to disassemble the coolant system, and the coolant for this stuff, the recommended coolant for the Griffin radiator is $50 a gallon. I really don't want to pour coolant in there and then have to dump it less than a week later because I didn't have patience. So I'm hoping you guys can have patience with me as well, because trust me, this is very tempting, and I really don't want to spend $50 for another gallon of coolant just to dump it a week later. So that's why we're not doing the first start this week. Sorry, I was really pushing to get it done. Like, ask Brian, like, we've been scrambling to get this done, and it's just hasn't been in the cards. Just a lot of side curveballs. But what is the statement that you said, Brian? The whole if it was easy.
Oh yeah, we had something and we're gonna put it together and it was gonna be easy. We'd be spoiled. So if you can think back to Days of Thunder, when they came in and the guy was like, "Hey, look, something we don't have to fix," and the boss got up and kicked it. So I don't want to spoil you guys. That's pretty much what it is with this.
Yeah.
So if we put something together and it actually all fit together the first time the way it was supposed to, I'd be worried. Not that it's bad.
He's not lying.
But it's just the way everything is seemed. It's well intentioned.
It's one of the things I've learned is like the stuff that needs to be simple is generally simple. Like it's very easy to you see this way forward. You just got to put in the work and do it. Other things that could be overly complicated are actually pretty simple as well. Like the wiring harnesses all around have been really simple. Like this video is titled like wiring, but like wiring has been accounting for like what, maybe 10% of our time. The rest of the stuff is just finish work to get this to a point to where we can set this on the ground, we can start it, and then I can drive it and probably cry like a little girl. But hey, that's where we're at. So right now we're gonna end this video right here. I'm sorry that we didn't get to start it. I was really wanting to get it started on this video. This was the video I wanted to start it, but we're gonna have to end it right here because I want to do this right and I don't want to do it half-assed. But I really appreciate you guys watching, staying tuned. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this coming out, and hit that notification bell. Have a good one. Peace.